What's up, everybody? I'm back in another video. Today's video, we got Infinite Warfare best sniper rifles to use. I know I did in Modern Warfare like sniper tips, and I said that did well, which it did. I would do one here in Infinite Warfare. This isn't really going to be sniper tips. It's just going to be me telling you the best sniper to use. And when I get to my favorite sniper, I'll tell you a few tips and tricks to use to be better at sniping with them. So right here, I have my best variants for each gun, except the TF141, because of course it's a classic weapon, it doesn't have variants. And we're going to start out with the DMR1. This is the only one on here that doesn't one-shot people. I guess you could say, well, the Widowmaker fires 2 shots, but you know, when you scope in and shoot, it's going to kill them in like, well, it looks like 1 shot instead of 2. This gun generally takes 2 to 3 shots, and personally, I hate the scope on this gun. Absolutely hate using it. I don't really feel like it's that good at all, and personally, this gun's terrible. Honestly, I feel like it's terrible. It's a worse version of the M1, so if you have a classic weapon unlock token and you feel like walking around and two-shotting people, use the M1. Don't use this gun. The M1 has more damage, and it's way more fun to use than this gun. I even think it has a faster fire rate, so don't use the DMR1, but out of all the snipers, this is the easiest one to hip fire with. Even better than the M1, but other than that, I recommend using the M1 over this any day. This is a terrible sniper rifle, and it needs a buff because the M1's way better, and there's really no need to use it. And now we are on to the EBR longbow. This is, oh my gosh, EBR 800. Oh my, I'm sorry, EBR 800. This is actually a unique sniper rifle here because it can flip in between assault rifle and sniper mode. And as you guys can see there, the assault rifle absolutely shreds on this gun, making it pretty easy to use. I think the assault rifle functions way better than the sniper function. The sniper function gets hit markers, it's a pain to quickscope, and just shooting the energy doesn't really feel like, you know, you're like shooting a sniper rifle. It gets like, people that have like shot like the KPS longbow in this game, which shoots a bullet, knows that it feels different than what the energy coming out of this gun. It's more of a challenge to snipe with this gun, I feel, and to be accurate with it. And out of all the snipers, this has the worst hip fire range. I think it's tied with the TF141. And really, the only reason I'd use this sniper is, say I was somebody who wanted to camp on a long side of the map, but I had to go through a bunch of enemies to get there. Then I would use the sniper because I'd plow through with assault rifle and then get on the other side of the map and spawn trap them. So that'd be a plus about this sniper, the fact that it can fold down and turn into that assault rifle. Otherwise, I wouldn't really recommend using this if you're looking for a one-shot kill sniper rifle. It gets hit markers, and it's really not that good. And now, we're on to the OG of this game. The KPS longbow, absolutely the best gun. Well, not the best gun in the game, the best sniper in this game. And as you guys can see, the camo is the same on all these guns. I wanted to put the same camo on here so you guys could see like what the camos and stuff look like on this. And this is my favorite sniper rifle in this game, even though that was absolutely terrible right there. This sniper rifle is the best. And this point in the video right here is where I'm going to be giving you guys the tips and the tricks for sniping in this video, in this game, because this is my favorite gun. And I was like, I'm going to use this for the longer period of time, and I'm just explain it. So overall, let me give the brief summary of the KPS longbow. First of all, bolt action sniper rifle shoots a bullet. So it's like a one-shot kill, shoots a bullet. It feels like the usual sniper rifle out of all the sniper rifles in this game. Rarely gets hit markers, is extremely accurate even when hip firing, and it's just an absolute beast to use. You can trick shot with it, quick scope with it, hard scope with it, even rush around with it. This gun's absolutely insane. There's no need to use another sniper rifle. Use this one. And now here's some tips and tricks for this game. Tip number 1. If you don't know how to snipe, don't snipe in this game. Sniping in this game is extremely hard, and it's definitely something you'd have to practice against bots first, because you're going to need to know how to snipe before you can snipe in this game, because this game is not an easy game to snipe in, especially with the triple jumping. It makes it really hard. So if you don't know how to snipe, practice against the bots for a little bit, and then you can try maybe a search and destroy, or like, I don't know, a small game mode, maybe like capture the flag, because it's only 4 people, and that would probably be your best bet. You want to get overwhelmed. And say you do know how to snipe, you're like, I'm a pretty decent sniper, don't run into the middle of the map. Like I'm doing in this video, I'm playing against bots here, if you guys couldn't tell. I can't play against regular people online, because sniping, because you know, that'd just be deadly. Like, I could maybe get a few kills, but my kill death ratio would die. And I'm not trying to have that happen. But what you're going to want to do if you are playing online and you're trying to snipe, run outskirts of the map, because that is what's going to get you kills. People aren't going to be expecting too many people on the outskirts. So they're not going to be scoped into their gun. They're kind of going to be sprinting. You'll catch them while they're sprinting, so it's going to take even longer for them to pull up their gun. You'll be scoped in, and you'll shoot them. Get the kill because you're going on the outskirts of the map, not in the middle of the map. And my final tip is going to be, this is extremely important. Don't scope in for more than 3 seconds. Hard scoping in this game is not the way to go. You can quit if you can quick scope, by all means. You can quick scope, go ahead and do it. Don't be scoped in for more than 3 seconds. So that's like a moderate scope in time, just enough time to get on your enemy, make sure it's there, then shoot. Because if you're scoped in for any more time, they're going to jump up. You're going to fall in their sight. They're going to fall faster than you. Your sight's going to be up here, and they're going to get 3 or 4 shots on you before you can even get your sight back into the position on where it needs to be. So that's why I would definitely recommend not being scoped in for that long of a time. And now, here we are, the Widowmaker. This gun would be my favorite gun if it didn't shoot 2 bullets. That means you can't trick shot with it. Personally, I feel like it's the best looking gun out of all of these things. It's an absolute monster. Except for the fact it gets hit markers because it shoots 2 bullets. I love using this gun. When I'm sniping in game, this is the gun I use. Even though I said the KPS longbow was the OG, that's for 1 shots, man. This gun's so much fun to use. It's so fun to get like the 2 shots coming out. But it can be really frustrating when you like jump up and you like quick scope somebody across the map and the 1 bullet hits. With any other sniper rifle, that'd be a kill. Except for the DMR1 because it's terrible. But with this sniper rifle, you don't get the kill, and that's really triggering. So if that's something you're trying to do, I would recommend using KPS longbow. If you're trying to have fun, use the Widowmaker. And also the Widowmaker, because it shoots 2 bullets, has a better hip fire. Even though 1 bullet would wound the enemy, you get the hit marker, and that way if you hit fired again, you have a better chance of hitting them. Because once you get the hit marker, you're like going to be doing a lot better in that area. And now we're on to TF141. I hate this weapon. I know a lot of people are going to be like, but it's the intervention. It's the best gun ever. Yeah, it's the intervention, but it's nothing like the intervention. This thing gets hit markers all the time. And it's absolutely like, it's not even like, at this point, it annoys me to no end. I'll be using it hit marker. I'll be shooting at somebody hit marker. I don't recommend using this gun unless you're like an OG sniper and you only get headshots. Then you should use this gun because it'll bring you back to like the classic times. But other than that, I wouldn't recommend using this gun. It's going to make you really frustrated. It's not going to help you out a lot. But anyways, that's all I have for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a like because it helps me out, and subscribe. Peace.